Okay, so we had just skipping ahead a little bit. We had this Starfield announcement trailer regarding a actual release date. So it's an announcement of the release date, which also means that there was a delay because I'm gonna skip ahead of all this part because it's
It,
Todd
this
being like, "Hey guys, we're
this is a
delaying the game."
this is a nothing burger. This is a
Yeah,
nothing. This is a 2 minute 40-second nothing burger trailer.
I love how
Um.
they also say Starfield Direct. Don't you love that?
Oh, I missed that.
Starfield Direct, June
Yeah,
11th.
everyone's just calling them directs now, and they're like, all
Deep
right, we'll just
dive,
call them direct. Yeah.
deep dive in there. We'll deep dive into Starfield June 11th, which is around the time of E3,
Yeah,
actually.
it is.
So a separate event specifically for Starfield, which I understand. This is the big Bethesda game that comes out. So every like 5+ years, there's a big Bethesda game. This one. Starfield's the big one, and then we'll get to see Starfield. I have some hopes for this, but I understand it's a Bethesda game, so I just want to know how streamlined they're making this.
Yeah,
If you
we'll
know what I
see.
mean, mainstream. Sorry, more how mainstream this is going to be compared to what I would expect it to be, which we've seen is like you harvest, you build ships, like you do all the like interesting nitty gritty stuff I'd expect from like a space exploration game. But
This is only technically the second delay because they
that's
announced the original release date was I think it was 11/11/22.
yep,
So originally it should have come out November last year, and then they had the Microsoft E3 conference last year,
yep,
which said that everything in that conference was going to come out in the next year.
yep.
And Starfield was in that, so you would have presumed it was going to come out in the first half of this year, and now
Correct.
it's delayed. It's delayed again to September, which doesn't surprise me because
No.
we haven't seen anything about it basically since that E3, the Microsoft E3 conference last year. So that tells me that it's still not that close to being
Yeah.
done.
My sense is it's just a lot of polish happening here. It's like, how can we polish this game more? I hope that they consider requirements for various devices, like particularly with PC. I hope they are seeing some of the things happening with some of these other games. More spoken. Oh God, sorry, I coughed really loud there. On how your PC spec requirements are just out of control. I hope
Yeah,
they're trying to optimize.
you need to optimize your game better for PC
Yes,
people.
it's
Take
it's frustrating.
there's not a lot to take out of Activision Blizzard's book right now, but Blizzard sure knows how to make their games run on frickin' anything on
Blizzard's
PC.
very
So
good. Activision, I don't know, 100%. Activision just makes bloated Call of Duty games, but
yeah,
Blizzard's so good at optimizing their games that to be run on anything and run really well on a
like
lot of those things.
from what we've seen of D4, that game looks. I mean, obviously it's an isometric game, so the graphical fidelity doesn't have to be as high. But like for an isometric game,
It
it
looks
looks
good.
pretty darn good from everything we've seen so far. And that game can run on a 10-year-old PC basically.
Yeah, and that's what like the problem with new games now, which is separate from Starfield, which I'm hoping Starfield doesn't do this. Like I've had my computer for what feels like only 4 years, and I feel like, man, do I have to upgrade? Like,
Yeah,
what the fuck?
yeah,
Holy crap! Yeah, you just
yeah,
you just need like 100 GB to play Call of Duty, but like Blizzard games are really good about this. So, I hope they're just optimizing this game to run on like, I would say if the middle requirements are something you could play on like a 3 to 4 year PC. I'm not saying 10 year, like, but if you have a 3 to 4 year old PC and you could play Starfield on medium without feeling like the game is super laggy and poor frame rate, I think you're golden. I think you're perfect. That's what you should go for. Like low minimum requirements, obviously being below that bar, but I hope they're optimizing for that because it is a little bit frustrating to feel like I bought a computer 5 years ago and be like, wow, like now I need to upgrade again.
yeah.
Kind of feeling, because everybody's like, we need to have you need to have a supercomputer. And I'm
Yeah.
like, dude, I don't have one. I don't have a 30, a 30, what, 80, 3060 NVIDIA chip, okay? I don't have that. I don't have all these things. I'm sorry. I just don't. Uh, I guess I'll have to play Dead Space on my console kind of feeling and have it run perfectly fine on a console, which is also frustrating. Because I'm like, come on. You're going to optimize for console, but PC, no thanks? Come on. So that's what I hope Starfield's doing from this delay. That's my hope. Spoon, are you gonna buy this game?
I probably won't buy it. I'll probably play it. I'll probably try it
Okay.
on Game Pass.
Okay. Are you gonna try it on Game Pass? Okay.
Probably.
So, okay.
We'll see what else is coming out around that time. I have a strange suspicion that the Xenoblade 3 DLC might come out around that time, and if that comes out, I'm definitely playing that before I play this.
Okay.
So
Got it. So day one, you're definitely considering other options above this.
I mean, it just depends. If there's anything else out that I'm more interested in around that time, which would be quite a lot of things I could think of. Basically anything in the JRPG space that I like. I would probably play that over this. But if
Okay.
there's nothing else that I'm playing at that time, yeah, I'll check it out on Game Pass.
Got it. Okay. That's fair. Okay. Just checking. I don't know. I don't suspect anything will come out at this time that would make me want to play above this. So I'll definitely be playing this day one on Game Pass. It's just a question of, do I get to play it on my computer or not? That's the question. We have a Paradox announcement show. This is 30 minutes long, Spoon. I will tell you, honest to God, I didn't look at this at all. This is as far as I watched in this video. This screenshot you're seeing right here.
Yeah,
Can you give me a deep dive on what they discussed?
There's not too much. So yeah, this first game, go at like 4 or 5 minutes. Lamplighters League or something like that. This was like it's like a story-based game, but it looked like it has like XCOM style gameplay, and there's like this, but they had the thing they're doing with it, there's like a stealth section beforehand, so if you're able to stealth well, you can like take out some of the enemies before you actually get into full-blown combat.
I've seen a game like this before, by the way. There's like a Western-ish kind of game. I don't remember the name of it. I've seen this kind of game before. It's cool. Keep going. Sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, this. I mean, I'm not sure I would play this. It looks like a kind of a cool game, but you know, not particularly interested in it myself. So they spent a good bit of time on this, to be honest.
Yep. We have
I can scroll forward a little bit. Yeah, they had a new Crusader Kings 3 DLC that they announced. One focusing on tours and tournaments. That's what it's called. So but they didn't give a release date for it, so we don't know. I think they said it's going to be out relatively soon, but they didn't say when exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Seems like just a one-on-one conversation between these two about it.
Yep.
Then we have
some more like, obviously it's still Paradox, but it's a little more indie-ish. This looks like this game I don't know much about. Apparently it's out. This is a DLC, but this looks like a cross between Slay the Spire and Darkest Dungeon to me.
Yep, that's
because you have cards and then you have this sort of Darkest Dungeon style combat going on. So, yeah, there's this if you're into those type of games. And then this was, sorry, go back a little bit.
Oh, yep.
They had a bit of a reel like in that part with that wolf game. There were a few other games in there.
Oh, hold on. Like this?
Yeah.
Recruit
so there's
and
this
deploy.
Yep. There's this mech game. This is an auto battler, but it's a mech auto battler. So, yeah, sure. If you like auto battlers and you like mechs, maybe. I think that's coming out in May, or early access in May.
Yep.
Mechabellum.
Knights of Pen and Paper 3.
Yep. this is a this looks like a sort of D&D style game, you know, but it's like a turn-based RPG, and they have this, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of interesting style to it.
Yeah.
What a weird style. It's like all the players, obviously with the Dungeon Master, are here, and they like fire their characters' attacks from here. What an interesting, like,
Yeah.
what an interesting idea. Okay.
So yeah,
That's
there's
kind of
that.
cool.
Yeah, it's cute. It's cute. And obviously we're not listening to the audio, but this there was some like funny quips during that trailer. Like it seemed like there was a bit of bit of humor to the game as well.
Gotcha.
Then they have this next game from Paradox Arc, I think. Or no, that was before. This is Paradox Tectonic. This is Paradox's Sims. So they're making a Sims game. Obviously, it's not called The Sims. I think it's called Life by You.
It was
or
Life
something
by
along
You.
those lines.
Yep.
Yeah. So they're making a Sims game. I don't
Okay.
I don't like those types of games, but you know, for people who
like The Sims.
want that. And you know, Paradox definitely loves their DLCs, and we know how much DLC The Sims has.
Oh
so.
God, I hope it's less than that. And then we have one more thing. Give me a second. We have this game.
What is this?
We'll get the name in a second.
Oh, this is Europa Universalis, another DLC for Europa, which has 6 million DLCs because the game came out like 10 years ago.
Okay. Keep going. Oh, found something new. Hold on. Is this Age of Wonders 4?
Yeah, this is Age of Wonders. They didn't show anything new. This was a trailer that we had seen before.
Okay.
Yeah, this is Age of Wonders 4 coming out May 2nd. We know about that. And this is a Victoria 3 update. I think this is a free update. Yeah, free update for that game.
Okay.
That game came out last year, I think. And then
Stellaris.
Oh yeah, new Stellaris DLC, which is coming out on Tuesday, I think, actually, the 14th.
Okay. Oh, yep, I saw the First Contact 14th. Oh my gosh. Look at all these. I did not know Paradox made so many games.
Yeah, they have a lot. And then
Defeat the Blight.
Oh yeah, this game is called Surviving the Aftermath. I don't know much about it, but it looks like sort of like a base builder zombie game. I don't know.
Yep.
I don't know much about this.
Let me see. Yeah, something like that. And Heal the Wasteland. Okay, got it. Keep going.
Yeah. And then I think there's only one more announcement.
City Skylines.
There's only one more announcement, which is City Skylines 2, which was the big one at the end. That game's apparently very popular.
It is extremely popular because SimCity bombed so badly.
Yeah, that's
this
right.
game took over.
Yeah, so they announced a sequel to this game.
Got it. Yeah, well, SimCity made this game work. Because SimCity sucked so bad when it came out 10 years ago.
Leave it to EA. Leave it to EA to bomb a popular franchise of theirs.
To bomb a popular franchise, so somebody else could just take over.
Yep.
It's just like EA, you screwed it up. You guys screwed up. You had the franchise, and then you just bombed it. Oh man, that game was. Oh god, I remember that. Okay, City Skylines 2. That's a big one. Skylines game was really popular. It was on all sorts of devices, kind of like Skyrim. But it was really popular. I mean, I think they said in there like 5.5 million players. Massive number for that. Massive number. So very exciting. I did not realize Paradox made so many games, by the way.
They have a lot of subsidiaries. I mean, they're all like, a lot of them are Paradox something.
Yeah.
They have a lot of subsidiaries. Yeah,
Yeah.
they actually make a lot of games, and they support their games for a very long time. Like they're still updating Stellaris. That game came out in 2016. They're still updating EU4. That game came out in like 2013 or so. That game came out 10 years
I
ago.
mean,
Like,
hey, you know what? If you're still making enough to support it, why not? That's
yeah,
crazy though. I like some of the little like that pen and paper one looked
Knights
kind
of
of
Pen and Paper.
that
Yeah,
looked kind of cute. I like the I like the idea of it. That was an interesting idea. Um some of those look cool. I'll have to like check back on this and take a look at some of these. Obviously there was a pen and paper 2, Knights of Pen and Paper 2.
and
So
presumably a 1
and
as
presumably
well.
a 1. You never know. Maybe they started at 2 though. Who knows?
Maybe
I mean, like if you're gonna do D&D and you start at 1, like that's a crit fail spoon. You really want to start
yeah,
at
that's
1?
true.
So anyway, but yeah, I'm gonna check back on this video and see some of those games in the middle, those little more niche ones, I'll call it.
Yeah.
But Spoon, I mean, we didn't see a lot on Age of Wonders. I know you're looking forward to that.
Yeah, no, I mean they
May.
didn't. Yeah, that game comes out in 2 months, a little less than that. I think it'll be about. I think it'll be 7 weeks from like this coming Tuesday because
Yeah.
it comes out on a Tuesday.
Yep.
But Age of Wonders has been constantly updating their like the Steam page. They've had a new dev diary every single week on Thursdays for
Okay.
the past like 9 weeks, or I think they're on 7 or 8. I don't remember. So, and they've done. There was the announcement stream, and there was one other stream that they've done. And this past week, a bunch of influencers got their hands on the game. They weren't allowed to show any gameplay, but the influencers were allowed to show for the faction creation
Yep.
again and go through some of the details of that. And they showed there were some cosmetics, some helmet cosmetics that were designed specifically for some of the creators.
Okay.
Like Potato McWhiskey, for example, had like a big like potato hat, which looked pretty silly and funny. And there were some others as well.
Got it.
And then they said they are continuing to do the dev diaries, and they said in the last dev diary they said they're planning another stream pretty soon. So they're kind of keeping people updated pretty consistently on that game.
Yep.
So
makes sense. It's a big game. You want to make sure that you're building as much excitement as possible.
Yeah, they're promoting it a lot. I mean, that series isn't particularly popular as far as I know in terms of like the overall scope of 4X strategy games. You know, I mean, comparing it to Civ's a little rough because Civ just kind of dwarfs
Yeah,
everything.
that's not fair. It's not really fair.
But I think they're hoping to break in at least a little more with this one. And to be fair, they've got me. I mean, I'm one person, but this is a series that I really haven't played before. And I mean, Age of Wonders 4 has quickly become like my most anticipated game in the next couple of months. Which at this point isn't really saying it much because that's about the only game I'm excited for in the next couple of months, other than I guess Azure's coming out on Tuesday, so I'll probably play that as well.
I was about to say, I was like, sure, there might be one more.
Other than that, I mean, Advance Wars is coming out in April as well, but that's a remake, so that's kind of, you know. But yeah, that game, Age of Wonders 4 looks really, really good to me.
Okay. Well, that was all of our news links that we had.